Hello everyone, this is Game of Sacrifice speaking. So, let's start with the American Cup. Firstly, I will count players. Fabiano Caruana, Wesley So, Levon Aronian, Lenier Dominguez, Sam Shankland, Samuel Sevian, and Roy Robson are the players. The time control is different than many other tournaments. The games last 90 minutes and only 30 seconds are added after a move. No extra time adding after a certain amount of move. This is not really faced by players in that level, but it was fun to see. The tournament is extremely strong. All players are at top level. Even the games of first day showed how harsh the rest of the tournament will be. I think if the engines are used, this is the perfect way of doing it. The games were very nerve-wracking. The first result came from the match between Shankland and Dominguez. The game was a theoretical battle, according to the commentators of the tournament and the players themselves. Shankland was completely prepared for the line, and even though he had blacks, he surprised Dominguez. There was no tactical miss by any player, and they agreed in a draw after 32 moves with threefold repetition. The game between So and Sevian was a game that all chess fans want to see. We saw opposite side castles. So played very aggressively by pushing his kingside pawns to attack Sevian's king. Even though the position was hard to handle, Sevian greatly controlled the game and his nerves. The engine gave small advantages to Sevian, but practically So had much chances until move 34. On move 34, So played bishop to e3, and according to the engine, this was a blunder. Sevian spotted the idea easily and made So resign the game after 2 moves. The game between Aronian and Robson seemed very complicated to me. There were too many knight maneuvers by Aronian, and I think those maneuvers also confused Robson. In move 20, Aronian spotted an easy tactic by exchanging his light-colored bishop to Robson's knight and got a center pawn that located in d4. However, the decision was a bit risky because this light-colored bishop was a fianchetto bishop. By exchanging that bishop, Aronian's king got a bit weaker, but if you play at Aronian's level, you know what you are doing. After Robson lost a pawn, the game was still drawn according to the engine, but it was practically hard to hold. Aronian found weaknesses and won the game by having one extra pawn in the queen's side. The game between Caruana and Jong was interesting and tiring, just like other games. Serious preparation was made by both sides. Petrov defense was the opening for the game. Caruana created some weaknesses in the middle game. One weakness was on f6, and the e-file was controlled by Caruana with 2 rooks. That caused Jong to exchange his queen for 2 rooks. According to the engine, this exchange did not cause too much advantage for Caruana. Both sides played with no mistake, and they agreed in a draw with threefold repetition in move 49. In day 2, one more classical game will be played, and if the score stays or becomes equal, then tie breaks will be played and the winner gets into the next stage. So let's jump to the Menorca chess tournament. The Indian youngsters are still on their tour. Lukesh, Erigaisi, Sarin, Adiban and Sadvani took their places on this tournament. On the other hand, there are other noticeable players playing in this tournament such as Martirosyan, Jaime Santos Latasa, and Shant Sargsyan. The tournament has very strong players, and I hope they don't feel tired after playing so many tournaments in a row. The results of day 1 were very expected and we saw no surprises as the pairings were very unbalanced. I will mention the games as we get balanced pairings. Round 2 of Capablanca Memorial also took its place. Niemann got his first win in this tournament. He played against Cuban player Suarez. I think there are some broadcasting issues on the websites that show the games, or maybe Suarez just resigned. The position seemed bad for him, but it was still playable. For this reason, there are only 35 moves possible to be seen. Niemann seemed to have a very comfortable position and got a victory by spotting those weaknesses. Mareko also got victory in this round as well, against Quintana. Mareko showed very competitive chess in those 2 rounds and made the game very hard for his opponent. So far, he seems to be the fittest player in the tournament, but it is too early to make this assumption. There is a broadcasting problem on Durarbaida's game as well, but I assume he won the game against Cabrera. Ganguly also won his game against Yasser Perez. The game between Yilmaz and Luis Perez ended in a draw. Yilmaz lost a bit of control in the endgame, but he managed to make the game a draw. By those scores, Mareko is sole leader by having 2 wins out of 2. This was all for this coverage. If you like my videos, please like the videos and subscribe to my channel. For interaction between me and you, please make comments, show your thoughts, and let's have a conversation about chess all together. Also, you can freely share your ideas about my editing and presentation. Thank you for listening. Cheers.